Ever had that moment where you want the earth to open up and swallow you whole? In a training context, nothing can shatter your confidence more than an embarrassing moment and not knowing how to deal with it. So in this video, we're going to cover 4 ways that you can gain your confidence back and own an embarrassing moment, starting right now. Okay, this is kind of embarrassing because I don't have an intro just yet. Someday soon. Let's go. So we all get embarrassed. That's one thing we have to realize. It's not going to matter who you are in the world. If you're the president of the US, you're going to end up with toilet paper stuck on your shoe. If you are someone else from across the globe who is working in an office, you're probably going to spill coffee down your shirt at some stage or another. So while we can't prevent these things from happening, we can certainly deal with them a little bit better when they do happen to us. Rather than shutting down, rather than freezing, we can take the steps in this video to make sure that our embarrassment is a little bit more fun in some cases, which makes it just a lot better for our persona and how we're perceived by others around us. So as trainers, it's always going to be something that is in the back of our mind. What if I trip over my tongue? What if I fall down? What if I trip up over something in the room? What if the computer doesn't work? What if my stomach makes noises because I haven't eaten breakfast that morning? How many of those have happened to you? All down in the comments. I guarantee some of them have. But ultimately speaking, this is about building your confidence and moving to a point where you don't care when these things happen. So step number 1, smile often and widely. It's really important that when we do these things, we smile a lot. Tricks the body into believing that it's a bit more of a positive situation. You can also trick yourself into laughing by smiling as well. So if you're not smiling, try smiling. It helps to own the embarrassment. Most of the time we would try very, very hard to avoid getting into trouble with people or to, feeling like an idiot. But sometimes the best thing to do is just smile like an idiot. And then at that stage, who cares? You're already on a positive spike, and then you're on to the next step. Step 2, be authentic. If you cannot be authentic, people will spot a fake a mile away. If you own it, it's yours. Own it. 100%, you didn't intend to make that mistake, but you did. And then people feel a lot more comfortable. If they feel that you see yourself as infallible all the time, they're never going to respond to you in the way that you want. So again, authenticity is a big part of what we do. If we're tripping up, or we fall over, or we slip on a banana peel, or whatever it may be, ultimately speaking, if we act like we meant to do that, people will instantly spot it as a fake. However, if you're authentic in, well, this is just one of those things that happens and I've learned to deal with it, or I'm just getting on with it, at least people can see it's okay to make a mistake. And realistically, that's what we want. We want people to feel that mistakes are part of life. If they're not part of life, then why do we make them? Step 3, lean into the embarrassment. If you're not leaning into your embarrassment, you can't own the embarrassment. Don't try and shy away from it. Don't run away from it. Don't wish the ground would swallow up or open up and swallow you up. Just, you have to own it. If you make the mistake, you own the mistake. And again, it comes with being authentic. It comes with the step 2 that we mentioned. Again, when you're doing these things, you have to make sure that you are in control of the situation. So you slipped and you fell. Own it. Laugh. Smile. Say that obviously your pratfalling class hasn't been paying off. Whatever that may be, you need to make sure that you own it. And the way to do that is lean into the embarrassment. Make a joke about it. Expand on the information that's in the embarrassment itself. Because if you're not expanding on the information, then it just stays in place. So you can call attention to other aspects of the embarrassment. You can say, actually, this reminds me of one time that this happened before. At least that time, I didn't lose my trousers. Or at least that time, I didn't, do something other ridiculous. So you can expand on it. You can make people feel comfortable that this has happened before. That we don't have necessarily all the answers all the time. And we don't always get a choice whether we repeat an embarrassment or not. So again, it's just owning things, making sure that you are in control of the situation, that you feel good about how you do it. If you can poke fun at yourself, nobody else can. That's why I do it all the time for myself as well. If you're making fun of yourself, if you're able to be self-deprecating and so on, then Who cares what anyone else says or thinks? You've already made the joke. And if there's a joke that you haven't heard, add it to your notebook. Take it for the next time. It's always really useful. Step 4. Save others from the embarrassment. Remember, it's not just you that's being embarrassed. In this case, it could be other people in the room who now feel really awkward and don't know where to look or don't know what to do. So you can save them from the embarrassment by calling out the discomfort that they potentially feel. So again, these are things that you need to do. Remember, you're in a room, you're in an embarrassing situation. Actually, you're not the one who's suffering all of the embarrassment in this case. You may be the subject of the embarrassment, you may be the one who's actually had the embarrassing thing happen to them, or you could be sitting on the sideline and you could be watching someone else get extremely embarrassed. So these are the types of things that you can do. You can save another individual, bring them into it, or take some of the focus off of that embarrassment. So again, you can call out your own embarrassment, or you can say, oh, this has happened to me before. I mean, like, you can give your examples, but you can own the embarrassment of others as well. You can save them from the embarrassment that you've caused. So if you've done something that's particularly embarrassing to you and they feel bad for you, part of the trick to this is bringing them into it and making them feel a little more okay with it. Because again, you're okay with it. You're okay with the embarrassment, and that's the big thing. So when we're owning an embarrassing situation, we have to remember that we might be saving others from that embarrassment too. So there you have it, 4 ways that you can be confident in embarrassing situations, particularly if you are in a training situation where you are leading sessions or facilitating classes. It can be one of the most difficult things to be seen as an authentic person when you're trying to hide away from the embarrassment. So my tip to you, or my final tip to you, is step up. Feel confident that yeah, you're gonna make a mistake, and who cares? Ultimately, if you don't care, no one else is gonna care. So bring everyone into the fold. Show them that it's okay to make these mistakes. That's our job. Experience teaches us best. So let's do this. So final question for you, down in the comments below. What has been your most embarrassing training moment? Share those below and let's see if we can get some conversation engaged on those things as well. If you like this video, you can like and share and subscribe and do all of those wonderful things that we do here on YouTube. You'll probably see some links to other videos all around here as well. We would ask you to check that out and definitely smash that like button if you had some fun with this video. Make sure that if you're subscribing, you click the notification bell and select all. We are going to put out a lot more content in the next while, so I hope you've enjoyed it. So there you have it, 4 ways that you can be confident in embarrassing situations, particularly if you are in a training situation where you are leading sessions or facilitating classes. It can be one of the most difficult things to be seen as an authentic person when you're trying to hide away from the embarrassment. So my tip to you, or my final tip to you, is step up. Feel confident that yeah, you're gonna make a mistake, and who cares? Ultimately, if you don't care, no one else is gonna care. So bring everyone into the fold. Show them that it's okay to make these mistakes. That's our job. Experience teaches us best. So let's do this. So final question for you, down in the comments below. What has been your most embarrassing training moment? Share those below and let's see if we can get some conversation engaged on those things as well. If you like this video, you can like and share and subscribe and do all of those wonderful things that we do here on YouTube. You'll probably see some links to other videos all around here as well. We would ask you to check that out and definitely smash that like button if you had some fun with this video. Make sure that if you're subscribing, you click the notification bell and select all. We are going to put out a lot more content in the next while, so I hope you've enjoyed it.